fall in love in 3 to 5 business days, hun. I want to go to the Cheesecake Factory. Why is that a problem? Maybe they prefer sushi. Ain't chicken if you got it, chicken if you got it. Everybody knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's something about this girl, man. From around my way. Ever try to hold.
Hello boo, and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is India. So tonight we're doing a little bit of a different style of video. I really just wanted to do something informal and get back to my roots of just vlogging and, you know, just spend some time with you guys in a way that's very natural. I don't have no makeup on, so yeah, it's a Wednesday night. I have nothing to do but to chat with you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and make my pizza. And I just wanted to like chat with you guys, like y'all my homegirls. Like, we're on FaceTime and we're just having a good ass conversation. I'm going to pour some wine and we're gonna get into these topics.
2:30, baby, won't you meet me by the beach? Early, baby, lady, you could show me things. You know what it is whenever I visit Windy City. No, 30 degrees, way to go, so hold me tight. Will I see you at the show tonight? Will I see you at the show tonight? Hey, drop to the
Okay, so now that I have poured the entire bottle into my glass, cheers, sis. So I wanted to discuss the fact that nice girls actually finish last. In the end, when you're a bad girl, meaning you go against the grain and you don't perform niceness for people, you will always finish first. Now, what do I mean by like a bad girl versus a nice girl, right? Nice girls are performative people pleasers. They say yes to things that they don't want to say yes to in order to be liked, to be accepted, and to be valued. And to be honest, if you've ever done some people pleasing shit like I have, you realize at the end of the day, saying yes to something that you didn't want to say yes to does more harm than good. Because number one, you're not being authentic and true to yourself, and people can feel that. And number two, you're making yourself suffer for no reason by saying yes to something that you actually don't want to say yes to, and that you're gonna feel guilty about saying yes to. That's the pizza. See it? Ooh, looks so good. Think about this. If everybody is you pushed out, right? If you understand the law of assumption and you understand that everybody is you pushed out, if you don't value how you feel about things, like you just say yes to anything in order to perform being nice, other people are going to take that and basically process that as you not valuing yourself. Therefore, they're not going to value you. They're not going to value your time, and they're not going to value you just because you say yes. So stop saying yes, start saying no. And it doesn't even have to be like a verbal no. It could just be like a non-text back. It could be a non-response. It could be a non-reaction. When you have standards for yourself and you have a vision for yourself, whether that's to be married, or that's to live in a certain place, to have a certain career, and you don't deviate from that vision for anybody, you just allow God to fulfill the vision for you and to send the people, places, and things that are meant to exist within that vision with you. You know, you can't lose. So what's the point of performing this like niceness and saying yes to shit that you don't want to say yes to when you know that it's always gonna work out in the end anyway? Okay, so next, this is a little bit of a fun topic, but I wanted to tell you guys my favorite signs to date. So I'm definitely into astrology, and I also understand that astrology is not like the end all be all, but I definitely have my favorite signs to date. And if you guys have a favorite sign to date, then tell me in the comments below. I really like Scorpios. I really like Scorpio placements because Scorpio placements kind of give me the fire signs of the water signs, number one. They're very like passionate and intense, and every time I come across a Scorpio placement, they just have this penetrating gaze that just goes so deep into your soul, and I like that. Like, I'm a very passionate person. I'm a Leo, so I love that energy. So I really like Scorpios, and also Scorpios are romantics. They will date you, and although I will say that a Scorpio has to almost seduce himself mentally when it comes to you in order to be that way. I don't know if that makes sense, but is it just me or is it getting hot? Let me turn the air on. So yeah, I had turned the air off because I didn't want it to be like so loud on camera, but girl, I can't take it. It's 77 degrees. I have the oven on, like, you gotta turn the air on. It's two signs that are like my faves, but they really get a bad rap. and that is Sagittarius and Aquarius. Now, these two signs are very similar. One's an air sign and one's a fire sign, but Aquarius, they're both like very spontaneous and adventurous people, which I really like. I think that that's very sexy, like a guy that's spontaneous and a guy that's just fun. But I also like a truth seeker and a thinker, and Aquarius and Sagittarius both have those things. I've been in a relationship with an Aquarius and a Sagittarius, and I will say that even though we're clearly not together now, like I will say those were two of like my favorite relationships. If he's watching this, don't get happy. Don't get happy. Yeah, I like Aquarius and Sagittarius. Who else? Taurus. Taurus signs are very consistent, although Taurus men can be a little bit boring, but I like Tauruses because they're very romantic and sensual and loving and consistent, even though they can be a little bit boring. Also, Taurus men get to the bag. They really do get to the bag. So I'm gonna give you some of my like least favorite, and I'm gonna tell you why. So Capricorns. So I love Capricorn women. One of my best friends is a Capricorn, but every time I start talking to a Capricorn, they are almost like too stoic for me. Like I like stoic men, but it's like, baby, show me something. Show me something. And then they'll tell you years later, or they'll tell you like, oh, like I really liked you. How? How was I supposed to know you really liked me? Like, I don't know, Capricorns, it's like they're just, my friend calls it, like my Capricorn friend, she says that Capricorns are just like a slow burn. And it's like, I don't mind that, but at the same time, being a Leo, I can fall in love in 3 to 5 business days, hun. Let's go, let's go. Capricorns need too much coaching for me, so they're not my favorite sign to date and to talk to. So I do like Geminis as friends, right? As dating, Geminis play too many mind games. And I feel like Geminis are always trying to mentally dominate you. And I feel like when I'm trying to date somebody, like I'm not trying to do mental gymnastics with you. Like I can, but is that sexy? Is that sexy? I don't think it is. So yeah, so that was just, you know, my best worst signs to date. If you guys have your own opinion below, let me know, or if you agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. Oh, honorable mention. I have dated my own sign. I don't know how you guys feel about dating your own sign, but I've dated Leo men and it's a blast. It's a blast. But something about it doesn't sit right with me. I don't know what it is. Leo men, it's like other signs of women love Leo men, but for me, something about them just irks me. I don't know what it is. Something about Leo men just irks me. If you guys can explain this in the comments, let me know what irks you about Leo men. Like if you're a Leo girl, let me know. So this post went viral recently on Instagram, and I like this guy that I know, he posted it on his Instagram, and a lot of people agree with me, but I just want to get you guys thoughts about this post, and I'm gonna let you guys, I'm gonna read what I wrote to respond to it, and then I'm gonna like tell you guys my thought behind it.
I can't believe you want to bring me to the Cheesecake Factory. A lot of these dating scammers that literally go on a date every night just to be able to eat something, you're lucky you're eating tonight because you probably can't afford to do it yourself. These men don't give money, they give bags these days, and you can't eat that. So be grateful that you got some food. And be grateful that a man put in enough effort to take you somewhere. And that's the problem. I personally feel like that's the problem with today's day and age. Like, a lot of men are becoming lazy in dating. They're becoming lazy in the pursuit because there's no appreciation for what they do. And now women have these super high entitlement level thoughts that they deserve to be brought to freaking Bora Bora on their first date. And it's like, who are you to even ask for that? What value have you brought to that man? It's the audacity for the audacity. And on top of that, you should want to be friends with the person that you're choosing anyway. If I don't like you, I'm not going on a trip with you. I'm sorry, but Instagram photos on no. Homegirl, be grateful that that man put in some effort. And you know what? The more appreciation that you choose, the better treatment you'll get. Bar. That's what I think. Bars. I don't think the amount of money matters. I think that just do something that you like. If that man likes you, you like to go take me salsa dancing. It's free on Wednesday nights before 10 o'clock. And then it's $10 to get in. And I would love that. Buy me a bottle of water because it does get hot at night. Shampoo.
Okay, so here's what I said. Here's what I commented on the post. I said, I refuse to believe that all of these grown, educated women with degrees and businesses and careers are dating for food and demanding to be taken to Bora Bora on the first date. The problem is men want to live like rappers and athletes and want to date women who date rappers and athletes and then be mad because their expectations are different. Date women who actually like you and your experience will be different. Also, it's fronting on both sides. Women gotta stop acting like, and men gotta stop acting like they're buying it. Here's how I feel about this. And let me know what you guys feel about my comment that I left. Number one, I think that I'm tired of this narrative that the Cheesecake Factory is good enough, because it's not. And it's not because it's the Cheesecake Factory, because the Cheesecake Factory, you can actually run up a $200 tab very easily when you factor in drinks, dessert, appetizers, food. It's not cheap. So it's not about the Cheesecake Factory. It's about the fact that women are being told like your standards are too high. When, like I said on my comment, there's a lot of women that can go to these nice places by themselves or with their homegirls. They can do that. So why would her standard be high for herself and low for the man that's trying to pursue her? That doesn't make sense. Now, I do get that maybe she's referring to women who are not successful, or they're not in the industry or industry adjacent, because here's the thing. The industry is what created the standard. And when I say the industry, I'm talking about like entertainment, social media influencers, Instagram baddies, women who get flued out, you know, that type of vibe. Like that type of lifestyle has been going viral since the pandemic. I feel like before the pandemic, we were not having these issues and having these conversations, because honestly, people just stayed in their own lane, but now the lanes are swerving. So let's talk about these lanes. There are people who are in the industry and are industry adjacent, and I feel like I can speak to this because I'm basically industry adjacent. I work in the nightlife, I work at a strip club, and you know, a lot of the type of men that I feel like women want to do these things and that can do these things are the men that I come across, and the men that, you know, I end up talking to and stuff like this, because this is just my proximity. Remember, I told you guys in my last video, the Savage Advice video, that proximity is everything. So I've had to accept the fact that because I work in this industry, that I have access to a certain type of man. And I'm not saying these are the best type of men, but these type of men are the type of men that are flying women out on the first date. There's a lot of men who are buying bags. There's a lot of men who are paying, like, it's not just about food. Like, there's men that are whining and dining at an extravagant level, but it's not new. This is something that has been happening. Like, y'all remember that song, "It ain't chicken if you got it, chicken if you got it. Everybody knows it ain't chicken if you got it." Like, this has been happening. Like, we're not gonna sit and act like that all of a sudden women have these ridiculous standards. This has always been a thing that happened. I think the problem is, though, is that people are regular and they have a problem with being regular. And regular doesn't mean that you can't have high standards, because again, like I said, I consider myself to be regular in a lot of ways. Like I don't want to say regular in that way, but just like normal. Like, I'm not famous, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, but I am in the industry, so I feel like I'm in both worlds, kind of. Like, you know, my standards are high, but I'm also not feeling like I need to be flown out on the first date. Now, if somebody wanted to do that, who says I would turn it down? Because he might be somebody that I really like. But we're just like, I just think putting everything in one pot, like, oh, you shouldn't want this and you shouldn't ask for this, is just kind of ridiculous, because men have been doing this, they're gonna keep doing it. And I feel like she's also a beautiful woman, she's in media, so I know that she gets approached by the same guys I get approached by. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we get approached by all the same guys, and if she's still single, she's probably single for the same reasons that I'm single. So it's just, to me, can we just get this conversation about people's standards? If people don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory, why is that a problem? Maybe they prefer sushi. Like, why do we need to be grateful to go to the Cheesecake Factory? Maybe I don't want the Cheesecake Factory. Maybe I prefer something different, Italian food, like something, I don't know. Like, I just think it's a tired narrative to try to get women to lower their standards, and I don't think the women who are saying, yo, I don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory, I think these women can afford to take themselves to anywhere. They can afford to go to Nobu. Why are they going to go to the Cheesecake Factory with you? Now, granted, I do get that it's not a whole lot of men that can afford to wine and dine women at a high level all day, every day. Like, I get that. So I feel like people just need to learn how to stay in their own lane and want what they want and stop telling people what y'all want. I feel like how we got messed up as a culture is by voicing our standards online and telling people. Because women used to demand houses. Women used to demand paid off houses, built houses, cars. And that was not an issue. But now it's like women are saying they don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory and it's a problem. I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. But you guys let me know what you guys think about Miss Sarah and her perspective. I think she might have made some points, but at the same time, it's like, Trader Joe's is really so loaded. Like, I can count on one hand how many things I've gotten from Trader Joe's that I didn't like. Well, I think that in like modern dating or whatever, and then I'm gonna say this and be done with the topic, but I think there's like a gray area. People aren't courting and going directly to marriage anymore. So there's this in-between phase of dating that I have my own opinion about. Like, do I care for dating? Not for real. I really wish I was in an arranged marriage for real, because this dating shit is weak. But at the same time, because it's like this and it's a gray area, I feel like we have to kind of create new rules as we go. We're not gonna be all the way traditional. We don't have to be all the way away from traditionalism. There's a happy medium somewhere and we just have to find it. You know what I'm saying? Also, oh my gosh, there's this idea that I'm gonna make a video about, but I just recently was understanding like life as like an algorithm. Like, you know, when you're scrolling Instagram and like what you engage with or even what you watch for a certain amount of time, like you could tell, even if you don't like it or save it or engage with the post, they'll keep showing it to you because you're like watching the whole thing. It's the same thing with dating, you guys. It's the same, like life is really so crazy. The algorithm of dating, I'm gonna make a whole video about this, but I'm gonna let you know right freaking now that what you say yes to matters. And this goes with the nice girl thing. Stop saying yes to bullshit. Because guess what? Life is gonna keep sending you that shit because you said yes to it. Or even if you just like react to it. And I'm not saying like just because you respond to something that is gonna like manifest or whatever. I'm just saying that the more you entertain what you don't want, the more you're gonna get that. So just stop, even if it's not just people, it can be just behavior in your person, behavior in your man. Like, stop entertaining and reacting and responding to things that you don't want in your reality. Don't even pay attention to it or dwell on it for long enough, just like I was saying with Instagram, because it's gonna pop back up just to see, like, do you like this? Like, do you like this or not? In my life, I'm seeing it happen in real time, like things that I was talking to God about. Like, God, I want somebody that doesn't really like do any like drinking or smoking or anything like that. Like somebody who, you know, is very healthy and all this type of stuff. And I see what God's doing. Like, I'm getting guys in my reality that are popping up and having these things, but maybe they're lacking some one other thing and stuff like that. And that's okay, because you gotta see life as like, I'm saying yes to that, I'm saying no to that, I'm saying no to that, I'm saying yes to that. And the more you're able to understand that the things that are coming into your life is basically tailoring your experience, so that one of these days, something's gonna come into your experience and it's gonna be like, oh my God, this is really everything that I've kind of put together in my mind. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna make a whole video about that. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is confidence. And something that has occurred to me about confidence lately is that confidence is just repeated behavior. All this time, confidence was like very abstract thing, right? Confidence, because it's not really an emotion, it's an embodiment. And I recently realized that confidence is just a repeated thing that you do. It's literally something that you repeatedly embody. It's a repetition of self-trust, certainty, clarity, groundedness, focus, discipline. Like, all of these things I think create confidence. And it was today's date is July 3rd, 2024. Today is the day where I really actually realized what confidence is. And I will honestly attribute this, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm attributing the understanding of confidence to going to the gym. I know that's so crazy because it's like, dang, like they was right. Like the gym really does have so many benefits. No, it really does, sis. It really does. And I am a yoga practitioner, but something about weightlifting, something about going to that gym, it really teaches you to embody confidence. I'm not gonna lie. And I just felt like I wanted to say that to end this video. Just giving you a little bit of food for thought. Like, these are just my late night thoughts. It's literally 11:39 and we eating pizza, we drinking wine, girl. I'm about to finish this pizza and edit this video for you guys and put it up. I just wanted to come on the camera and create the habit of embodying your favorite YouTuber, because that's what I am. That's what I am. That's what I want to be for you guys. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys comment below on some of the stuff that I asked you guys to comment about. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's something about this girl, man, from around my way. Ever try to hold back your feelings?